It looks like Donald Trump and his messaging, and actually most of the Republican Party's messaging of, hey, let's trash the FBI, is already starting to fall apart. On Thursday morning, just yesterday, folks, Steve Doocy, sitting right there on that Fox and Friends couch, a loyally staunch conservative, was interviewing Republican Representative Steve Scalise. And once Mr. Scalise decided to go off on a tangent lying about the FBI, Steve Doocy apparently had enough and called him out on it to his face. This is beautiful. Here's the clip.
The FBI, with 35,000 members, now they apparently are receiving, a lot of specific field agents are receiving specific death threats because there are a number of people online and elsewhere who are demonizing the FBI. And some Republicans, Paul Gosseler, a Republican in your caucus from Arizona, said we must destroy the FBI, we must save America. I stand with Donald Trump. Marjorie Taylor Greene says defend the FBI. I'm just curious, whatever happened to the Republican Party backing the blue, and in particular the 35 members of law enforcement, federal law enforcement at the FBI?
Yeah, and frankly, we're very strong supporters of law enforcement, and it concerns everybody if you see some agents go rogue, and if you see an agency that doesn't have the right checks and balances at the top. This is coming
Steve,
from the
who
top.
went
This
rogue?
isn't
Who went
the right
rogue? They were following a search warrant.
We want to find that out. We want to find that out, and that's why we're asking these questions, because...
Who went rogue? They were following a search warrant, Ducey exclaims. And of course, he's 100% right. Like, that's what this was. It wasn't a raid. They were executing a search warrant that a judge approved because the DOJ walked in there and was able to prove that we have probable cause that this dude might be breaking the law. The judge examined this. The judge knew how dangerous it would be to just say, screw it, go do whatever, I don't care. There was thoughtful consideration that went into every step of this process here. And it's so obvious that even Steve Doocy knows it. And Scalise, I love how he's like, well, we're trying to find out who went rogue, right? I mean, we don't know. I'm just throwing out baseless accusations here and hoping that later on the evidence will pile up. Kind of like Republicans have done with the claims of election fraud in 2020. We're just going to throw out random claims and then hope that maybe someday the evidence will come roll it in, but oh man, it's not coming in, is it? Here's the thing. We know that now it was I guess you'd call them a leaker or informant, whatever you want to call them, inside Mar-a-Lago that of course tipped off the feds that there were boxes that they didn't get their hands on that they probably need to. That's what led the DOJ to go to the judge, presented this probable cause evidence based on eyewitness testimony. And they probably had even more evidence to back it up, because eyewitness testimony alone, typically not enough to get an FBI to carry out a search and seizure warrant. And the rest is history. But what's really interesting to me, again, this clip happened on Thursday morning. The raid happened on Monday. Republicans were up in arms for days. They still are. Let's be clear about that. They still are. But this is how quickly their narrative has fallen apart. To the point where even Steve Doocy is telling a sitting member of Congress, yeah, that didn't happen. You're lying to us. You're misleading the public. And when you've already lost Fox News after 3 days, imagine how many more people are going to be calling BS on this narrative a week from now. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel. We also encourage you to like, comment, and share. But again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.